Okay guys, I don't know how well yeah, these GoPros don't work at night, I guess. Hopefully you can see this somewhat. Truck's loaded on the trailer. This is going to be the first step of getting it down to where we need it to go. So anyways, it's the first step of getting what we need done on the truck done. Just to make a quick or a long story short, I work full-time at a Nissan dealership in Salt Lake City, and I work part-time at Wasatch Diesel Performance. I work there 1 day a week and then have some access on Sunday as well as Wednesday to the shop. A lot of the major work will be done there. Some will be at my house, who knows where, all over the place. Anyways, we're gonna get some stuff done. The goal for today is I'm dropping this truck off at my buddy's house, and he is going to get what he needs done, and he's gonna head down to the shop because I work all day. I work from 9 to 8 o'clock today. It's 5:54 right now in the morning on a Saturday. I've got to be to work by 8:45, so hopefully he's done midway, he can get started and hopefully get the cab pulled off, or at least a little closer before I get off work, to give us a head start for the basically day we have to do injectors, head studs, valve springs, and turn the truck into a short bed. So we will go from there, and let's see what we can get done today. All right guys, we made it to Zach's house. The trailer's gonna go in next to the rock crawler there. I don't know if the GoPro can get that at night. It's gonna go here for the most part of the day, and then he will tow it down to the shop when he's done with what he needs to do, and I'll meet him there at the end of the day. Okay guys, so we finally got the truck into Wasatch Diesel Performance. That was fun. It was a puzzle. The place is a mess right now, but huge shout out to Ty at Wasatch for allowing us the shop space. It's currently 10:15 Saturday night. We are going to try and pull the cab and the bed at minimum, maybe some injectors, who knows. Thankfully for old Zachary here, we don't have any tools and everybody's boxes are locked up, so he brought the Harbor Freight specials over, and hopefully we got enough to get it done. But this is the last time this truck will be a long bed and stock, I guess, and who knows if I'll ever drive it again, but we'll find out. Okay, well, all while maintaining safe COVID practices, staying at least 6 feet apart from these guys. We got the bed off. Fuel tank's out. Listed the bed online for free. Don't want to look at it anymore. We got some fluids drained, and we're working on the cab now. Of course, everything's Gucci, so we'll get the cab off and hopefully go to bed. We've all been tested for COVID. We don't need masks. Don't worry about it. Oh, sounds like something. I mean, something's effed. Something's fricked!
It's the inner fender here.
Making noise.
The brake on these two.
Come down a little.
No, you good. I got it.
Good over here.
It'll either come off or it won't. Just go until it doesn't. You're good. Coming up. Hold on, what's this one? Fog light? No. Tip sensor?
I think that is a fog light harness, actually. Something else?
Light?
Not yet.
Coming up.
Good, it looks like.
Coming up. Coming up. Hold on. Ground cable.
Yeah?
Nope, you're good. You got enough room.
Where's that?
Right there, coming off. Harness off the transmission. What do you want?
13 on a. Sits where your truck does now. Just about.
Disgusting.
A little taller.
Did you drop something?
Yeah, look, the truck's gross.
Good?
Yeah.
Brake lines?
Yep, they're clear.
They're all.
Okay.
Get out of your chair.
Alright. So, there it is. Cab's off. We managed to not break anything. No bolts. Nothing hooked to the cab. Almost broke the ground, but it didn't break. What time is it, guys?
130.
1:30 and cab's off. So this is the section we'll be taking out, about that much, 20 inches exactly. This will all have to be cut off. These will get cut off. This will be moved back, and some other modifications with a few things here and there. But yeah, we are on track for tomorrow to get it all done, thanks to all these guys out of state, spare tools, angry Zach Pullman over there, always making them stay up late, do truck stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff right here that's not gonna be there for very long too. Goodbye. All right, so we are currently taking the frame to the back of Wasatch Diesel Performance to go give her a good wash. We're gonna clean the motor up, clean the trans up, clean the frame up. It's a little greasy, dirty where we're shortening it there in the center. So we're gonna go clean her up, do some head studs, big old injectors, valve springs, and a steed speed manifold today, since we're still waiting on the turbo, and rip this old exhaust out. So we're just doing stuff, really, is what it comes down to. And yeah, hopefully we can get some stuff done, frame shortened up, and get the cab back on today. That would be great. Skr, skr. Oh, thank you. Oh, Lord. Dang, baby. All right. Sweet. There she is. This section's getting shortened here, 20 inches exactly. Let's clean this thing up. A lot of work for an old truck, I guess, but whatever, should be worth it. Don't forget to clean the inside of your frame out, boys. Woo! Real steamy. Let's get it. Definitely looks a little better. Sections we have to shorten. Clean now. Engine's cleaned up. We'll be shortening between here and here. Oh yeah.
get that here tonight.
So we're getting started, making sure we got some batteries, doing some stuff, doing some things. This is basically what we're using for tools. This is literally just stuff we brought in from Zach's actual personal house. We got some stuff spread all around here. Actually, this is all Icon stuff. This is Snap-on, gear wrench, more Icon. Of course, we got the Milwaukee bag, some pliers and stuff, but we're going for head studs, fuel injectors, and valve springs right now. And then the manifold, once that's all buttoned up, we will be shortening the frame. Once that's finished, we're gonna set the cab down, hook as much stuff back up as we can, as we have time for, and we're getting out of here. Sounds easy, huh? Okay, this is where we're at so far. We're gonna do the head studs one at a time. Some people don't like doing that. I do. I've had good luck with it. Zach's contemplating where to cut this thing in half, and they are working on exhaust, fuel lines, brake lines, and whatever else we got to pull off to get it chopped up. Hopefully we can have some head studs, fuel injectors, valve springs, and a nice manifold, exhaust manifold on here within the next couple hours. All right, guys, we've got head studs completely done and torqued up. I'm going for the valve springs now, and Zach's getting the exhaust manifold put on. And once those two things are done, we can get the injectors put in, top of the motor put back together, and hopefully cut the frame in half. So we've got most of the valve springs done. We're still working on it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick shot of how these, or how you do this at home. You buy this super cool tool, super easy to use. It bolts down over the injector hole, so you do have to have the injector out. Now, there's no way the camera's gonna get it. Actually, you can almost see a reflection, maybe. You bring each cylinder up to the very top of its hole, and then this presses down on the top of the valves, and you'll feel them tighten up, and the valves actually touch the piston, and then what that does is it holds them from dropping into the cylinder, so you have to make sure that piston is at the top. And anyway, you'll push down, you'll feel it tighten up. I like to go until like about one of them like pops loose, and then I go just a little more and gently tap on the tool to help click those free instead of putting a ton of pressure on the valve, and that seems to work really well for me. They're actually super easy. It's just time consuming, and definitely don't forget to adjust your valves when you're done. Okay, so here's the injectors. Valve springs are done, head studs are done. We just got this first hole cleaned out just about most of the way, close enough. We're gonna put injectors in, and we got the manifold on there. It's not bolted down yet, but old Ray Charles over here with the damaged eye got his sunglasses on all day long.
Put this thing together and let's grenade this thing.
Anyway, we're getting close. It's getting late. Still got to cut it in half, so time for injectors. Let's go. All right, guys, quick update. The engine is back together. The head studs are done, the injectors are done, the valve springs are done. So we got a good amount of stuff done on the engine. We're putting the cab back on. We did not get to the point of cutting the frame. All right, guys, welcome back. I just opened up my new Hero 9 GoPro. That's what I'm filming on now. I'm just gonna say right now, this thing is already super sweet. I've been borrowing a Hero 7 or GoPro 7, whatever it is, from a friend of mine for video number 2. The first one obviously was done on a phone. I'm just gonna give you a quick update right now of what's going on. We're sitting in the old Longhorn here. We're gonna load it up. So luckily my friend Cody again is letting me use the old Lone Wheel Bandit here. We're gonna load the truck up, some of the other parts. We're gonna head down to a very good friend of mine, Preston, either his house or a shop he has access to, see if we can finish this frame. I do need to stop by Industrial Injection and grab the turbo as it's finally ready as well. So I'm gonna get this thing loaded up and get out of here. Alrighty, so we had to bring the old Tacoma, give some life to the winch. We got her hooked up. Cold one. Now I had that steering wheel locked with the seatbelt because we moved it with a forklift, so we wanted to keep the wheels nice and straight. All right, let's see, let's get it on there a little further. Turn it just a little more if we can. Oh, it's cold today. Winches work a lot better directly connected to a battery, by the way. So through jumper cables, through the long cables that they have, all the way through and then to another battery, they're not all that great. Okay, we've got two sets hooked up to the Tacoma now. Let's see if it's got enough to get it up. Sounds better. Oh yeah, we're there. Crazy, just the difference in having another pair of cables in there. I'll tell you guys, you always have to be careful with winch. They, if the cable breaks and whips back, it can basically, yeah, it won't be a good thing. You can kind of imagine. So use them at your own risk. Load your trailer at your own risk. Cut your truck in half at your own risk. Oh no. Oh Lord. Okay, so from here it's pretty much boring stuff. I'm just gonna chain it down, put the strap or ramps away, load up a few parts, and I'm gonna get out of here. So that's about it for this. We'll see you in Tooele, Utah, or Tooele County somewhere. Okay, well, we made it down here to White House land, to the old White House estates. Let me show you what White House money's all about. So, we got a safe place in the White House garage here. White House Manor, whatever you want to call it. Got the cab back off. It's been a super awesome trip. Fourth gen gave me problems the whole way, so that's cool. Glad I just sold my third gen that was reliable. Anyway, she's back in the air. We're gonna start cutting stuff off the frame. Basically what needs to happen is these are the long bed mounts. This is the rear cab mounts and cross member. So this white line here to here is where it needs to be shortened. So it's exactly 20 inches, which means that this needs to come back exactly 20 inches. But the problem with that is 20 inches back, the frame goes up. So we've got to make sure and measure the height of the lift of the frame to cut out into this so that the cab still sits exactly where it's supposed to sit. But the short bed is supposed to bolt to the existing mounts, minus cutting, I believe, 4 inches off. There it is. There's the first cut. Keep going. Okay, well, we've made the cuts most of the way. She's just barely hanging in on the bottom, half on each side. So, got to see if we ruined a perfectly good truck or not, I guess. She's officially 2. A few more cuts and it's a short bed. And then a few more cuts and we might be able to put the cab back on some year. We'll find out. I'm gonna cut this whole thing out all the way around. These ones are next, right here. Okay, so we've got the frame butted up together. Having welder problems, but this thing should be able to roll into the back corner here in just a minute. Almost done for the night. All right, so the frame's back together. We welded it just enough to put it in the back. We're out of time, but it's officially a short bed. Short bed length. Just gotta move the cross member back and plate the frame up. Cap can go back down for good.